English.
Это просто.
Lesson 41.
Урок 41.
Let's chat.
Давай поболтаем.
Let's go for a meal.
Нил и Кэролайн решили пообедать в своем любимом кафе. Блок 1.
I'm really hungry. How about you?
So am I. Why not go somewhere for a snack?
Snack? I'm starving. Let's go somewhere for a proper meal.
Why don't we go to where we usually go?
Do you mean the Golden Goose?
Of course. You rarely take me anywhere else.
Блок 2.
Now we're here. What do you want to order?
There's chicken, pork, ham, and guess what?
Don't tell me. You always have fish and chips here, don't you?
Yes, I never order anything else. What do you want to try?
Me? Is there any pasta? Perhaps not.
No, it looks a little overcooked.
Anyway, I prefer the sausages. Don't they look tasty?
I think the soup and the turkey look good too.
I could eat here 7 times a week.
Every day? I couldn't afford that. Anyway, choose what you want. It's up to you.
Firstly, though, can we order some drinks, please? I'm very thirsty.
So am I. Sometimes I like a beer with my meal, but today I'd like a glass of red wine. Do you want one too?
Just order a glass of orange juice for now, please. Then perhaps we can have coffee with cream after the meal.
By the way, did you see the apple pie with cherries on top?
Oh, Neil, please don't talk about a sweet.
A ballet dancer's diet.
Найджел разговаривает со своей новой подругой Кэрол, студенткой балетного училища. Он интересуется, что она ест. Блок 3.
Carol, I can see you enjoy your food a lot, and you're also a ballet student.
Yes, I enjoyed both eating and dancing, but not at the same time.
Everyone thinks that dancers eat very little and are always very careful about food. So, what do you normally eat?
I don't follow any diet at all, but I make sure I have a big daily breakfast.
Big? What do you have?
Oh, cereal with low-fat milk and 2 pieces of toast with butter. Or, I sometimes have scrambled eggs instead.
Are you a vegetarian, or do you often eat meat?
I don't often have red meat, but I love eating chicken. I always try to eat a lot of fresh fruit and salads.
Блок 4.
It sounds like you never eat anything fattening.
Oh, that's not true. I'm always stuffing myself with donuts, but I never put on any weight.
You're lucky. Most young women have to watch what they eat, and they count the calories in every mouthful.
Yes, my sister is like that. She nearly kills herself trying to stay thin.
Just so that I can compare you two, can I ask what she eats?
She never eats anything in the morning. She just drinks a cup of tea for breakfast. At lunchtime, she might have a raw carrot and then some juice for dinner.
Terrible. I expect she doesn't have the same energy as you.
That's true, but she doesn't have the same grocery bills as me either.
New words.
Новые слова.
You are what you eat.
Невозможно жить без еды. И в данном разделе мы обратимся к этой важной теме. Блок 5. Для того, чтобы покупать овощи на рынке или заказывать их в ресторане, необходимо знать, как они называются.
Potato.
Onion.
Cucumber.
Tomato.
Garlic.
Pea.
Cabbage.
Lettuce.
Carrot.
The potato is the most popular vegetable in Ukraine and Britain.
Raw vegetables contain a lot of healthy minerals and vitamins.
Do you need some peas and carrots for this soup?
Some people say garlic is a strong natural medicine against colds.
Блок 6. Для здорового образа жизни необходимо есть много фруктов. Вот самые известные из них.
Apple,
Pear,
orange,
banana,
cherry,
peach,
apricot.
melon,
I always eat an orange and 2 apples for my lunch.
eat a lot of apricots and stay fit and healthy.
The gorilla ate my banana, but left the cherries.
А вот другие продукты питания.
Beef,
Pork,
lamb,
chicken,
turkey,
ham,
sausage.
goose.
Would you like some sausages? No, thank you. I prefer chicken.
People should not eat too much pork or beef.
Talking.
Поговорим о разном.
Eating for health.
Мистер Пирс, специалист по здоровому питанию, дает интервью журналистке Дебби. Блок 7.
I wonder, Mr. Pierce, if you can tell me any of the reasons why teenagers have weight problems.
First of all, Debbie, can I say it's obviously not all teenagers who have trouble with their weight, in spite of what we read in the daily newspapers.
No, of course not. But reports show that more and more young people are either overweight or underweight.
Yes, that's true. I believe it is because of 3 things: the parents, schools, and advertising.
That's interesting. Can you go through them one at a time, please?
The parents should always give their children a balanced diet, not just fast food all the time.
These days, it's difficult for parents to cook because often they are both working.
Secondly, the schools have an important part to play.
I suppose you're talking about the meals they serve to children at lunchtime.
Not only that, but also schools have to give education about how to eat well.
Yes, this is something that's often overlooked in schools.
Блок 8.
Lastly, advertising plays an important role in the weight of young people.
I'm not sure I quite understand.
It is always showing people who are happy, good-looking, and thin. Naturally, young people want to look like that too, and so they starve themselves.
But aren't you overlooking the fact that there are plenty of young people these days who are overweight?
I'm sorry to say this, but the most exercise a lot of people have is opening the fridge door.
How should people change then to make themselves healthier?
They must have a healthy lifestyle. They have to make a daily exercise plan and change to a better diet.
And perhaps turn off the TV when the adverts come on.
I think that's an important part of the exercise plan, yes.
New vocabulary.
Новая лексика.
Don't overlook this.
После того, как вы расширили свой кулинарный словарь, давайте рассмотрим группу слов, начинающихся с элемента
Over,
или
under.
блок 9. Мы употребляем продукты питания в каком-либо виде, иногда сыром,
Raw,
но чаще всего обработанном. Вот глаголы, описывающие различные способы приготовления пищи.
Grill.
boil,
Fry.
bake.
I prefer carrots to be raw rather than cooked.
You can either boil potatoes or fry them to make chips.
Miss Hathwaite baked a birthday cake.
Scott sometimes grills his sausages.
Блок 10. Вот группа слов, начинающихся с элемента
Over,
который придает значение чрезмерности, избытка или указывает на положение сверху.
Overcook.
overeat,
Overweight.
overlook,
Overwork.
overstay,
overcoat.
oversleep.
That chicken looks overcooked.
Don't overlook exercise 3.
Kim is always late because she oversleeps every morning.
Блок 11. А вот слова, начинающиеся с элемента,
Under,
который придает значение недостаточности или нахождения под чем-либо, ниже чего-либо.
underweight,
Undercook,
undergraduate,
underline,
underwear,
underground,
underpay.
underfoot.
The pork was so undercooked it was almost raw.
Bright red underwear is always exciting.
Please underline the correct answer. The sound of English.
Так звучит английский.
Stress in longer words.
Мы продолжаем знакомить вас с английским ударением. В этом номере вы узнаете, как ставится ударение в многосложных словах. Блок 12. Новые слова часто образуются путем добавления к исходному слову приставки или суффикса. При этом во многих случаях место ударения не меняется. Возьмем, к примеру, известное вам слово
Child.
в образованных от него словах
Childhood, childish, childless, childishness.
ударение остается без изменения, то есть падает на первый слог. В слове
Happy.
ударение падает на первый слог. В словах, образованных от него,
Happiness, happily, unhappiness, unhappily.
ударение также остается на первом слоге. Блок 13. Стоит запомнить следующие приставки и окончания, присоединение которых не изменяет место ударения в полученных словах.
Able.
Eat, eatable. Long, longer.
Full.
Thought, thoughtful.
Ing.
Live, living.
Less.
Hope, hopeless.
Lee.
Strong, strongly.
Meant.
Enjoy, enjoyment.
Ness.
Happy, happiness.
Блок 14. Однако имеется ряд суффиксов, присоединение которых приводит к изменению места ударения. Например, при добавлении суффикса
IC.
ударение перемещается на слог, предшествующий этому суффиксу. Послушайте следующие пары слов.
Artist.
Artistic,
Economy.
economic,
Scientist.
scientific,
Optimist.
optimistic.
Послушайте следующее предложение.
My father is a scientist.
He thinks about his car in a scientific way.
Miss Thompson is very optimistic about the weather.
It was an economic disaster.
Reading and listening.
Блок 15.
Washington, the city with cherry trees.
Washington is the capital of the United States of America. It is a very important national, cultural, commercial, and educational center of the country, and is also the place of the national government. The nation's most famous address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, which is more often called the White House. This was the home to every president of the United States since John Adams, and at the moment President Bush is living there.
The history of the city goes back to the 18th century. After his country won its independence from Great Britain in 1783, the first president, George Washington, decided this was the best place for the future capital. At the start of the 19th century, Washington was still a small city of only 50,000 people. But after the 4 years of the Civil War, which lasted from 1861 to 1865, the number started to grow. The population reached its highest in 1950, when 800,000 people lived and worked there. After this, many people decided to move to the suburbs. At the present time, there are 3 million people living in the District of Columbia, which is the name of the capital together with its suburbs.
Washington is the largest tourist attraction in the USA. More than 20 million visitors go there every year. It is a beautiful city with a lot of fine buildings, art galleries, restaurants, good shops, and a long street famous for its cherry trees. There is so much to do in Washington that everyone who goes for a visit wants to stay longer.
Try this.
Попробуй свои силы. Блок 16.
Exercise 3. Listen and circle which sentence you hear.
I'm always hungry.
Is there any pizza in the cup?
There are no eggs left.
I'd like baked potatoes with cheese.
2 tomatoes, please.
Блок 17.
Exercise 5. Listen and fill in the chart with ticks or crosses.
Paul and his sister Mary are different in a lot of ways. For example, Paul never has a breakfast in the morning, but Mary always has cereal and toast. For lunch, Paul often eats in the Red Lion pub where they serve meals. He could order sausages and chips or have ham and eggs, but he doesn't eat meat, so he usually has a cheese sandwich. Mary has a salad at least once every 3 days, usually with chicken or ham. Paul buys a lot of fruit, but rarely has any because Mary always eats it before he can.
Блок 18.
Exercise 7. Fill the gaps with the boxed words. Listen and check.
She might go out once a week, but usually she's at home.
I never drink tea with sugar because I hate it.
Every day, Mrs. O'Casey buys the daily newspaper.
It always rains in Scotland in winter.
He isn't often right. He's rarely correct.
Блок 19.
Exercise 11. Listen to the dialogue and fill in the chart.
Chris, I can see you enjoy food. What do you normally eat?
I love my food and normally I eat 6 times a day.
6 times? All right then. What do you usually have for your breakfast?
In the morning I always have a big English breakfast.
Do you mean eggs, ham, and tomatoes?
You forgot sausages as well. After that I have a large cup of tea and 2 pieces of buttered toast.
Get it right.
Пойми это правильно.
For thin-skinned people.
В английском языке, как и в любом другом, есть слова, при помощи которых можно описать фигуру или комплекцию человека. Их надо использовать осторожно, чтобы не обидеть собеседника. Блок 20. В диалогах вам встретилось слово
Overweight.
«избыточный вес», «полнота». Это вежливый способ сказать о том, что вес превышает норму.
Ian is definitely 10 kilos overweight.
Jasmine used to be very overweight.
I want to lose a few kilos, so I'm not overweight.
Блок 21. В более неформальной ситуации мы можем использовать слово
Fat.
Однако будьте осторожны с этим словом. Оно может звучать невежливо и даже грубо для того, кто считает, что имеет избыточный вес.
Like most women, Mandy believes she is too fat.
Some lucky people can stuff themselves with food, but never get fat.
Miss Macpherson eats all the time, but she never gets fat.
Блок 22. Некоторые люди имеют худощавую фигуру. В этом случае можно использовать слова
Thin,
или
underweight,
худой, тощий. Однако они могут носить несколько негативный оттенок. Более уместным, особенно в отношении женщин, использовать слово
slim.
стройный, худой.
You look very slim in that dress.
Do you think Kate Moss looks too thin?
Before Stuart started to eat properly, he was a little underweight.
Jackie wasn't beautiful, but she was slim.
Блок 23. Другое значение слова
Thin.
тонкий, и оно может употребляться в отношении предметов.
Thin bread is good for making toast.
I only wear thin shirts in the summer.
Come again?
Что-что?
Food for thought.
Блок 24.
To eat your words.
I was wrong to say that Sheila never arrives on time. Now I must eat my words.
Блок 25.
To eat somebody out of house and home.
These children stayed for only 2 days, but they ate me out of house and home.
Блок 26.
To make a meal of something.
Mr. Mason should be finished, but he's making a meal of the job.
Блок 27.
To have your cake and eat it.
He wants to have his cake and eat it. He works very little and expects a lot of money.